When developing a mobile application with Titanium, we're actually developing a fully native application for Android and iOS. We write code using the JavaScript Titanium APIs to create our user interface, respond to events, and do any other logic in our application. Most of those Titanium APIs are not platform specific, meaning that we can create a button in our JavaScript code and add it to the screen, and that same code will create a button in our iOS and our Android versions of the application. Not only will that same code create a button on both platforms, but that button will actually be a native button on each platform. Now, there are, of course, platform-specific APIs because not all features on one platform have an equivalent on the other. But Titanium does a good job of abstracting away the common functionality and even UI elements under a single API. It is very important to understand that Titanium works in a completely different way than a technology like PhoneGap, which actually uses HTML, JavaScript, and CSS to create a mobile application that runs inside of a mobile web browser. Titanium applications may be created in JavaScript, but they're compiled down to the actual native applications that use real native interfaces on your mobile device. So how does all this work? Well, the basic idea is that your JavaScript is analyzed for dependencies on the Titanium APIs. Once those dependencies are determined, the parts of the API specific to the target platform are pulled into a project for that actual platform to be embedded in the final application. Things are a bit different for each platform from this point forward. For iOS, the JavaScript in your application is encoded and put into a variable in a C file in a real generated iOS project. The iOS project is built, and when the iOS app runs, your JavaScript is actually mostly interpreted by the JavaScript engine built into the app that is able to generate native UI elements dynamically. On Android, your JavaScript is actually compiled to Java bytecode using the Rhino JSC compiler. That bytecode is included in a real generated Android project along with the needed Titanium APIs. In both cases, some of the JavaScript code is directly compiled to its native counterpart, but some of it is still interpreted at runtime, since JavaScript is a dynamic language after all.